Hey guys, today we are going to create a responsive image gallery using HTML5, CSS3 and Bootstrap. Let me just quickly show you how the page is going to look like. And we are going to use filters in our gallery so that we can display only those images that we want to be displayed and not all of them. Let's see the page. Now this is the image gallery. I am running this in my mobile phone. You can see if we click on the filters, the images which are related to that filter are displayed and the rest of them are hidden. And when we click on all the images are displayed. So this is filterable gallery. Now let me change to landscape mode. We have the collapsible navigation links and these are the filters. Click on any of the filter and the images which are related to that filter are displayed and the rest of the images are hidden. Now I am running the gallery page on my desktop on Google Chrome. You can see we have on the top the navigation bar with some navigation links, and the gallery one is displayed as the active link. Then we have this Jumbotron containing small text and the name of the page. Then we have the image grid with all of the images. On the left side we have those filters that we are going to use. I have just randomly selected some filters. You can choose to have your own filters, doesn't matter. And on the bottom we have this footer with small font awesome icons, and then there is a button. Click on it and it takes to the top of the page, and you can see we have a little bit of animation also. The gallery text is sliding in from left, and the small text below the gallery is sliding in from the right. And now let's click on these filters and see how they are working. Okay, click on the first filter and only 4 images are displayed, then second, third, fourth, fifth. So you can see the images which are just related to those filters are displayed and the rest of the images are just hidden away. And you can hover over the image and see the title of the image. And one more thing, I have not used the slideshow in this page. If you are willing to use a slideshow in your page so that you can show the image in full screen with a navigation button so that you can slide to left or the right image, if you want to use that, I have created another gallery page with slideshows and everything, and I'm going to put the link in the description and you can follow that video if you want to use slideshow in the gallery page. But this video is all about the filters and how to use filters in gallery, so I'm just going to focus on the filters. If you are willing to use the slideshow, you just follow that link. Okay, now I have created some starter files so that you can quickly get on track, and I have put the links to the starter file in the description. Just go ahead and download those starter files and open it. It will have like this 3 folders. The CSS folder will contain all the CSS files that we are using for styling. Then the IMG folder which contains all the images that we are using. Then the third folder is the JS folder which contains the JavaScript files. Wow plugin is what we are using for the animation. And we have this gallery page. I'm using Sublime Text for editing. You can use any other text editor, that depends upon your choice. If you want to see which theme I am using in Sublime Text, it is this default.sublime-theme. And if you want to see the color scheme, and if you want to see the color scheme, it is this Mariana, second one from top. we have this title tag which contains the name of the page. If you want, you can change the name, and all these statements are pretty much standards. I have put comments above them so that you can see what these statements are for. And we are using this animate.min.css for animation. Let me just quickly write for Bootstrap, and we have used this JavaScript plugin, that is the wow plugin for animation. And all the CSS statements we are going to write in between these two style tags. And we have this JavaScript which take cares of the filters and how the images are filtered by those buttons. If you do not know JavaScript, you do not have to worry about it. It's pretty much complete. You do not have to write anything, just minimize it, doesn't matter. Let's just start with the gallery page. Okay, let's start with the body tag, and let's give it a ID as my page, because we want the button that we are going to put in the footer to point to this ID, so that when we click on the scroll to top button, it takes us to the body of the page. Okay, now let's just drop down and write a comment. Navigation bar begins, and now let's create a nav tag, and let's give it a class of navbar space navbar hyphen default, then space navbar hyphen fixed hyphen top, because we want the navbar to be fixed on top. That is, we want the navbar to be always on top. When we scroll to the bottom of the page, we want the navbar to be on top of the page always. Then drop down and create a div tag, and let's give it a class container. Then drop down and create another div tag, and let's give it a class navbar hyphen header. Okay, then let's just drop down and write a comment first. Button that replaces the navigation bar or the nav bar when nav bar is collapsed. Close the comment, and now let's declare a button. Okay, now let's give it a class as nav bar hyphen toggle, and let's give it a type as a button because it is a button. Then let's give it a data hyphen toggle as collapse, then data hyphen target. Sorry, I missed wrong spelling. I have written target. Okay, data target as, let's say, hash my navbar. When we click on this button, we want all the links which are in the navigation bar to be displayed, and we will declare those links using this ID my navbar. Okay, now let's drop down and create span tag, and let's give it a class as icon hyphen bar. This will create one single line in the button. Let me just copy this and paste it twice, so in total this will declare 3 lines in the button. Let me just write a comment here. 3 lines within the button. Okay, now let's drop down below the button and write new comment, logo on the top left corner, then write a tag and h reference, right, hash my page. And now you can see this my page is the ID of the body tag, so that when we click on the logo it takes us to the body of the page. And let's give it a class as navbar hyphen brand. Then let's declare an image tag with source as img forward slash bw hyphen logo hyphen t3 dot png. If you need help writing these names, you can open the folder of the starter files, and you can open the img folder and you can see the names of those pictures, so that you do not write the you do not make mistakes while writing the names of the pictures. Let me just see in the browser. We have the logo, but it is a bit big. We will style it later in the CSS part. Okay, now let's drop down below the div tag and write a comment, links in the nav bar. Now let's create a div tag and give it a class as collapse space navbar hyphen collapse. Then let's give it a ID as my navbar. Now you can see we have given this div tag the ID my navbar, which resembles the ID that we have given in the data target of the button, so that when we click on the button, all the links which are in this div tag are displayed. Okay, now let's drop down and declare a unordered list, that is the ul tag, and give it a class as nav space navbar hyphen nav space navbar hyphen right. This navbar hyphen right will give the right alignment to the links. If you want, you can have center alignment or the left alignment, that depends upon your choice. Then drop down and create a li, the list tag, that is li. Create a e tag. Let me just write dash reference as hash. Let's give the link name as about. Drop down below and create another li tag, then another e tag, and let's give this as services. Create another li tag, and let's give it a class as active, because we want the gallery link to be displayed as the active link in the navbar. And give it h reference as gallery.html, then name as gallery, then create another li tag, and then create a tag inside and write pricing. Let me just copy this one, paste it few times and change the name. Now let's save this and open in the browser, refresh, and we have the navigation bar with all the links with the gallery as the active one. Let me scale down the size of the screen and see the collapse button. We have the button with 3 lines inside it. Okay, now let's get back to the code. Okay, so this completes the navigation bar. All the styling that we need to do, we are going to do that in the CSS part. For now it is complete, and let's just write a comment. Navigation bar ends. Okay, now let's create the Jumbotron that is below the navigation bar. Write a comment. Jumbotron begins. Okay, this is the Jumbotron. You can see in the original page. Copy the comment and paste it below. Change to ends. Then declare a div tag and give it a class as Jumbotron. Jumbotron space text hyphen center, because we want the text to be in the center. Then drop down and create a h1 tag and write the name of the page, that is gallery. Then drop down, create a p tag, and let me just copy the text from the page. Okay, paste it here. Okay, save it, and now let's see in the browser. Refresh, and we have the Jumbotron now. It is behind the navigation bar, but we will take care of that later in the CSS part. For now it is fine. Now this completes Jumbotron as well. Now we need to start with the image grid. Okay, let's start with a comment. Image grid begins. Okay, copy the comment and paste it below. Change it to image grid ends. Okay, now drop down, create a div tag. Now let's give it a class as container hyphen fluid. Container hyphen fluid is a class defined in Bootstrap that takes the width of the screen. Then drop down and create a div class. Okay, let me just quickly explain the Bootstrap grid system before we go any further. So in Bootstrap, what we have is 12 columns individually. As you can see, we have this like 12 columns here. Now if you like, you can use these columns individually, or you can group the columns together to get a bigger or wider column. Like this, here we have span 4, which means we have a width of 4 columns here, and then here again 4, and then this one is 4 again. And it does not matter if you are willing to have uneven column size. Like here we have 4, and then 8 here. They just need to add up to 12, and that is the only rule here that we have to follow. They have to add up to a complete 12. Here it is 6, and there is it is 6, and they add up to 12, so this is fine. And this one is a single column with 12 width, so this is also fine. Or if you want, you can have anything else, like you can have one column width on one side and then 11 on other side, like this. So this totally depends upon the need or your design or whatever you are following. And in Bootstrap we have 4 classes. The first is the access, which is for the phones which have screens less than 768 pixels wide, and SM is for the tablets with the screen equal to or greater than 768 pixel wide. Then MD is for the small laptops with screen size equal to or greater than 992 pixel wide. And LG, which is for the laptops and the desktops which have big screens or the screen equal to or greater than 1200 pixel wide. And one more thing, these classes scales up. So if you are specifying something for access, or like you have set a width for access, then the same width is for SM, MD as well as LG. You do not have to specify the same width for all of them, you just need to specify that width for access. And if you specify a width for SM, that will be the same for SM, MD as well as LG. Okay, now let me show you a practical example so you can understand this better. I have created a temporary HTML file to show how I'm going to use the image grid in Bootstrap in our gallery page. And this page is basically just empty, there's nothing in it. And now let's just start. Let's create a div, and let me give it a class of row space display hyphen flex. We are using this display flex class so that the two columns have equal rows. I will show you which columns we are talking about. Let me just quickly finish this and drop down and create a new div, and let me give it a class called lg2 space call hyphen md hyphen 2 space call hyphen sm hyphen 2, then space call hyphen access hyphen 4, then space color hyphen red. Then let me create a h2 tag and give it the name as column 1. Now let me just quickly style these classes. Okay, style, and dot color hyphen red, then background color as red. Let me just give it a height as, let's say, 300 pixels, and let me save this and open browser, refresh, and you can see we have this column 1 which has a width of 2. Okay, let me declare the second column div, then class as call lg hyphen 10 space call hyphen md hyphen 10, then space call hyphen sm hyphen 10, then space call hyphen xs hyphen 8, then space color hyphen, let's say, green. Then let me declare a h2 tag and write column 2. Just make sure that these two adjacent columns add up to 12. So what I have written is called lg2 in the first column, and in the second column I have call hyphen lg hyphen 10. So these 10 and 2 sums up as 12. Same goes for the md and for sm. And for access, you can see we have in the first column call hyphen access hyphen 4, that is a width of 4, and in the second column it has width of 8, and 8 plus 4 is 12. So these two add up to 12. Now let me declare the green color. Background color is green. Height as 300 pixels. Let me open the browser. You can see we have the column 1 with width of 2 and column 2 with a width of 10. Now let me create more columns inside the column 2. Let me create div and give it a class call -lg-3 space call -md-4 space call -sm-6 space call -xs-12, then space color let's say gray, then h1 tag, and let me say this is the first. Then let me declare the let me style the color -gray class. Background color as gray. Height, let's say, let me change the height to auto. And now let's say 300 pixels, and open the browser, refresh, and we have the first. Now let me make the height of these two columns as equal by using display-flex class. Okay, now let's open browser, refresh. Yeah, and now both the columns have equal height. Now let me quickly copy this and paste it. I'm just going to fast forward this part and change the numbers. Now let me change the colors also, so that it is easy for you to see and understand. Okay, now let's see in the browser. So yeah, you can see how I have arranged eight different boxes. Let me just quickly add a padding so that we can see the white. Basically, this is how I'm going to use the image grid in our gallery page. In large screens, we will have 4 images in one row. Medium size screen, it will be 3 images in a row, and in small screens we will have 2 images in a row, and in very small screens, that is mobile phones, we will have 1 image in a row, and all the rest of the images will stack up in different lines. So this is the basic idea behind the image grid that we are using in our gallery page. Now let's get back to the code. Write a comment, divide screen width into 1/3 in mobile phones and 1/6 in other devices. Now drop down and create a div tag. Let's give it a class as call -lg-2 space call -md-2 space call -sm-2 then space call -access-4 let me just copy the comment and paste it and change this to 2/3 and 5/6 so that when we add them they add up to 1. 1/3 and 2/3 adds up to 1. 1/6 and 5/6 add up to 1. Then create a div tag and give it a class call -lg-10 then space call -sm-10 space call -md-10 then call -access-8 okay, so we have created the two columns, and in the first column we are going to have all those filter buttons, and the second column will contain the image grid. Let me add this. Column for category buttons or filter buttons, and in the second comment image grid. Okay, now let's drop down below the div tag and let's declare those filter buttons. Declare a button tag, then give it a class as btn space btn hyphen default then space filter hyphen button. We have to use this class filter hyphen button because we have used this in the JavaScript. I will show you later. Then add data hyphen filter as all and the text as all so that the name of the button is all. Now you can see this filter hyphen button is used in the JavaScript. So the JavaScript extracts the information from this class filter hyphen button, and we have these buttons in the original page. Let me just quickly declare those buttons and copy this one and paste it few more times. Then let's change the data hyphen filter. You can choose to have anything else that you have in mind. I'm just following the gallery page that I have already created. I'm using the same filters. You can use any other filter. I'm just going to fast forward this part to save time. You can pause the video and copy whatever I am writing. Okay, let's see in the browser now. Here we have all those buttons on the left side. If you want, you can insert breaks. It does not change the function of the button, it is just to look better. We have all the buttons. Now we have to declare all the images. Quickly come in between these div tag and write a comment. One image in a row in mobile phones, 2 in tablets, 3 in medium size devices, and 4 in all other devices or in all other big screen devices. Close the comment. You can now add a div tag and give it a class as call hyphen lg hyphen 3, then space call hyphen md hyphen 4, then space call hyphen sm hyphen 6, then space call hyphen access hyphen 12. Call hyphen access hyphen 12 will make sure that we have only one image in a row in small screen or very small screens. Then space gallery hyphen images, then space filter space agra. This text that we have written after filter is the text that is going to identify which image belongs to which filter. You can open the folder of the starter files and then go to gallery hyphen pics, and you can see the names of the images. And then right here img / gallery hyphen pics / agra / taj hyphen mahal dot jpg space class img hyphen responsive. This img hyphen responsive class gives the image responsiveness in Bootstrap. And then we can write the title of the image. Let's see in the browser. We have one image now. You can click on the buttons and you can check that the image is displayed in the fourth button, that is the one with the agra. So I'm going to fast forward this part also, and I'm going to declare all the images. You can pause the video at different intervals and you can follow the codes I'm writing. Just make sure that when you are adding images, while defining the div tag, whatever text you write after the text as filter is the text that is responsible for the attaching image to any particular filter or adding the image to any particular category. So whatever text is written after filter declares to which filter the image is belonging. Okay, you can notice that I have not changed the filter of any of the images, and all the images have filter as agra. So this will mean that when we click on the agra button, in the gallery page, all these images are going to be displayed. Let's see in the browser. All the images are displayed, and if we click on any other button other than Agra, they will not be displayed. Let me just quickly add few breaks so that the buttons are in different line. If we click on any button other than Agra, all the images disappear, and when we click on Agra, all the images are displayed because the filter of each of the image is set as Agra. Now we need to change the filter. I'm just going to fast forward this part also. You can pause the video and follow the codes I'm writing. Okay, all the images are appearing, but I think one image is not displayed. There must be something wrong with the path that I have cleared, and all the rest of the filters are working as they should. Okay, let's fix this. Okay, now let's see in the browser. Yeah, all the images are working and all the filters are working as well. Let's now compare with the original gallery page and see if all the filters are working correctly or not. Yeah, they are fine. So I think the next thing that we need to create is the footer, and that will be the last thing in the HTML part. Okay, let's write a comment. Footer begins. And let me copy this and paste it below and make it footer ends. Let's just drop down and create a footer tag and give it a class of container hyphen fluid. Then drop down and create a div tag and give it a class as row. Create another div tag with class call hyphen sm hyphen 4. Then create a h3 tag and let's give it a class as text hyphen center, or sorry, text hyphen white, because we want this text to be in white color, as we will have the footer to be in blue color. Then drop down and create a p tag and give it class as text hyphen white for the same reason. Then create a tag and we can just leave it with a hash symbol. Then write about us. Then drop down, create a new p tag and give it a class as text hyphen white. Then create another a tag and we can leave a hash symbol there. Then write privacy as the text. Okay, then drop down and create a new div tag and let's give it call hyphen sm hyphen 8 space text hyphen center, and let me write class. Okay, then drop down and create a h3 tag and write class as text hyphen center, or sorry, text hyphen white. Then write text as socialize. Okay, then drop down and create a tag with we can leave a hash sign. Then class as, or sorry, let's not have any class. Create a I tag and give it a class as fa space fa hyphen Facebook. This is the class for the font awesome icon for Facebook. And let me copy this and paste it. And just change the names. Let's make it YouTube and then Twitter, then Instagram. Okay, this one is Pinterest, and last one is LinkedIn. Okay, this is fine. Okay, drop down below the closing of div tag and create a new div tag and give it a class as row space text hyphen center. Then drop down, create a e tag and leave a hash sign, then my page, then space, then title as to top, and write span or declare a span tag. Give it a class as glyph icon space glyph, icon hyphen chevron hyphen up. This is the name of the class for that arrow symbol in the footer, and the link is to the body of the page, so that when we click on that button, browser takes us to the top of the page. And you can, if you wish, you can write a text below it. I'm just writing Bootstrap theme made by, then a tag https www.facebook.com/tanztalks.tech space title. Visit me on Facebook. You can write whatever text you want, that totally depends on you. Now let's see in the browser. Okay, refresh, scroll down, and we have the footer now with all the font awesome icons and the button to take us to the top of the page, and that is also working. Okay, so this completes our HTML part, and the next thing that we need to do is style using CSS. And one more thing, if you want to make sure that when the link is clicked it opens up in a new tab, then you can write a new attribute as target and write underscore blank. So this will make sure that the links open in new tab instead of the same tab. Okay, so this completes the HTML part, and we can now start with the CSS. Scroll up to the part where we have this style tag, and let's write a comment. Style HTML tags. We are going to start styling the HTML tags first. Let's start with body tag. Write body, open curly braces, then font as 400 space 15 pixels space lato lato, then comma space sans hyphen serif, then line height as 1.8, then color as hash 818181. This 818181 is the code for a little grayish color, that is a little off-white color. Then drop down and let's style h1 tag. Let's say font hyphen size as 5 em. And you can write exclamation mark important to override any other style that is declared with h1. Let's style footer. Let's give it a height as 100% and background hyphen color as hash 0080ff. This is the code for that blue color. Okay, so the footer is blue colored now. Then let's style the link in the footer. Type footer space a and let's give it a color as hash FFF. This hash triple F is the code for the white color. Let me quickly add comments. Refresh, and yeah, the links are white colored now. Okay, now let's style the glyph icon in the footer. Write footer space dot glyph icon. We need to write dot glyph icon because this is a class and footer is a tag, so we don't write any dot or a hash symbol before the name of a HTML tag. Let's give it font size of 20 pixels and margin hyphen bottom as 20 pixels, color as hash FFF, that is the code for white color. Let's refresh. Okay, let's style the hovering effect over the links in the footer. Type footer space a colon hover, then text hyphen decoration as none, and this will remove the underline when we hover over the link. And write color as hash D3 D3 D3. We can see right now that when we hover over the links, the color is a little blue. Okay, refresh, and the color is now a little off-white. Now let's add a comment, style navigation bar. And we are going to style the navigation bar now, or the nav bar. Type dot nav bar, open curly braces, then margin hyphen bottom as 0, then background hyphen color as hash 008 0FF, that is the blue color, then z hyphen index or the z index as 9999, and border as 0, and font hyphen size as 20 pixels, then write exclamation mark important to override any other style, then line hyphen height as 1.42, exclamation mark important, letter hyphen spacing 4 pixels, then border hyphen radius as 0, and font hyphen family as Monsterrat, that is MONSTERRAT, comma sans hyphen serif. Let's see in the browser now. Now let's style the links in the navigation bar. Type dot navbar space li space a. This will style the links in the list item of the navbar, comma dot navbar space dot navbar hyphen brand. Write color as hash FFF. Write important. Okay, let's see in the browser. Yeah, the color of the links have become white now. Okay, now write dot navbar hyphen nav space li space a colon hover comma navbar hyphen nav space li dot active space a, and let's give it a color as hash 0080ff, then exclamation mark and important, then let's say background hyphen color as hash fff, important. Let's open the browser now, refresh. Right now we can see the background is a little off white, and now the background is white in the links of the navigation bar. Okay, drop down and write dot navbar hyphen brand. Now we need to style the image or the logo of the top left corner. Let's give it a height as 45 pixels and width as auto. Okay, now refresh and the logo is small now. The navigation bar pretty much looks like the original web page now. Now let us take care of the button that is going to replace the navbar in small screens. Let me just change the size of the page and show you. We need to make the lines inside the button as white. Okay, now let's type dot navbar hyphen default space dot navbar hyphen toggle. Then border hyphen color as hash fff. Then color as hash fff and write important, then refresh. Type dot navbar hyphen default dot navbar hyphen toggle dot icon hyphen bar. This is the class of the line inside the button. Let's give it a background hyphen color as hash fff. Now let's see in the browser. Yeah, the lines are white colored. Now let's type dot navbar space a. This will style all the links in the navbar, like padding 2 pixel top, 5 pixel right, then 2 pixel bottom and 15 pixel left. Let me just quickly write the comment. Let's see in the browser. Yeah, it looks just like the original web page. We need to take care of the Jumbotron now. Write a comment, style Jumbotron, dot Jumbotron, then background hyphen color as hash 0080ff, then color hash fff. This will change the color of the font. Then padding 100 pixels top down and 25 pixels left right. then font hyphen family as MONSTERRAT, comma sans hyphen serif. Okay, let's see in the browser. Yeah, it's fine, but still Jumbotron is behind the navigation bar. We will take care of that later. Now let's style the font awesome icons. Right, .fa, open curly braces, then font hyphen size is 20 pixels, and let's give it a padding of top down 0, left right 10 pixels. Yeah, these are the font awesome icons. Let's refresh. Now they are looking better. Now let's style the container hyphen fluid class. Type dot container hyphen fluid and give it a padding of 60 pixels top down, 20 pixels left right. Then refresh, and we have padding in the page. Now let's style the text hyphen white class that we used. Write dot text hyphen white and give it color as hash FFF. Now let's see in the browser. Now the text in the footer are white colored. Now let's style the button. Write dot btn and background hyphen color as hash 0080ff. Then color as hash FFF. Let's see in the browser. The buttons are blue colored. Now let's style them a little bit more. Type dot filter hyphen button. This is the class that we used with our button. Then font hyphen size as 18 pixels. Then border as 1 pixel. Space solid space hash F2 B3 to F. Let's see in the browser. Yeah, it's fine. Let me just copy this and paste it so that we can style the button for hovering effect. Right, colon hover and write border hyphen radius 5 pixels. Then text hyphen align as center. Then color as hash FFF. Then background hyphen color as hash 0000FF. And let me just copy these 4 lines. We need to have these in the above class as well. Let's remove this line background hyphen color and write margin hyphen bottom as 30 pixels, because we want the background color to change when we hover over the button and not always. Okay, now let's drop down and write .btn hyphen default, then space, sorry, .btn hyphen default colon active dot filter hyphen button colon active, and open curly braces, then background hyphen color as hash 000 040 ff, and color as hash fff. Let's see in the browser. Now let's quickly style the gallery hyphen image class that we used with all the images, and give it a margin hyphen bottom of 30 pixels, then display as inline hyphen block. You can see that we do not have padding or margin. All the images are lined up together without any space in between them. Let's refresh, and you can see that we have a little bit of space below all the images now. Okay, we need to take care of the Jumbotron in small screen. Let's write media queries to give the web page responsiveness. Write add media space screen and space open bracket, write max hyphen width as 991 pixels. Then let's style the Jumbotron first. Write dot Jumbotron padding hyphen top as 150 pixels, then padding hyphen bottom as 50 pixels. Let's refresh, and Jumbotron is aligned properly now. Let's change the screen size more, and let's see how the Jumbotron is behaving. Again, this smaller screen, I think we should make the Jumbotron a little bit small. I think below 768 pixels width we should reduce the top padding in the Jumbotron. Let's write a new media query. Write add media space screen and open bracket max width as 768 pixels. Then write dot Jumbotron and padding as 50 pixels top bottom and 0 left right. Now let's refresh, and yeah, it's looking better now. Yeah, it's fine. We can also reduce the size of the h1 tag in small screens to make space for other elements. Write h1, then open curly braces, then font hyphen size as 5 em, then exclamation mark important, then write dot call hyphen sm hyphen 4, and text hyphen align as center, and margin hyphen bottom, margin as 25 pixels top bottom and 0 left right. And let's write one more media query. Right, add media space screen space and space open bracket. Right, max width as 780 pixels. Then write h1 and font hyphen size as 3 em. Then exclamation mark important. Okay, refresh. Yeah, I think this is better. I have reduced the size of the h1 tag when the navigation bar collapses into a button. I think everything else is complete. If you want, you can give the filter button a right alignment or the center alignment if you don't like the left alignment. Come to this div and then add align attribute and write center. Save this. Okay, now refresh and all the filter buttons are center aligned now. And if you want, you can make that about and about us text to be center aligned. Let's do that. Come to the bottom of the page where we have declared footer, and in the div class add text hyphen center fresh, and everything is center aligned. This completes the HTML as well as the CSS part of the responsive gallery page that we were designing. If you want to see the complete website that I have created, I can give you a preview. You can see all the different sections. These are the panels. And these are the cards. So this is the complete website. If you like the website, let me know in the comment so that I can make a video about this complete website. And you can see that we have the navigation bar fixed on top always, and the links in the navigation bar points to different section in the same page, and when we click on any of the link, it takes us to that particular section in the page. And we also have this smooth scroll in the page. So this completes our gallery page. The only thing left is now the animation. come down to the part where we have declared the Jumbotron, and in the h1 tag add a class and write wow space fade in left, I and the L is capital. Then in the p tag write class as wow space fade in right. Let's see in the browser, refresh, and we have the animation. If you want, you can add animation to the grid, and if you want to see what are the different types of animation that you can use, just open a new tab and write animate space CSS and hit enter. Then open the first link in the results, that is the animate.css, and we have all these types of animation. You can click on anyone and see a little preview and use any of the animation that you like. Now let me just add a little bit of animation to the image grid, and within class row space wow space fade in up. Okay, save this and open browser, refresh. Gallery text is sliding from left and the image grid is sliding from bottom. So this completes this video. If you like the video, please hit like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.